Hi, it's Louise, your marketing specialist. So tonight I wanted to go live in the marketing lounge because it's Tuesday, Tipsy Tuesday, and I am here with my glass of red wine. Tuesday evening, ready for it. It's been a long day. So like I said, I wanted to go live in the lounge, but I'm staying in an Airbnb and I can't get connected to the internet. So what I thought I'd do was record a video and post it later. So it's not perfect, and one of my mottos is it's better done than perfect. So I wanted to come on and share some tips and get tipsy and have some interaction. We won't get that far, but let's get started. Is what I was thinking. So I'm here in this lovely Airbnb in York because I'm running a content marketing workshop tomorrow at the Natural Entrepreneurs Workspace. And I'm joined tonight by Percy. So it's time to get Percy back out. Those of you that have been to a social media workshop will recognise Percy. He's my social media mascot champion. I wanted him to be like big smiley face, but he comes across as gritted teeth, which we sometimes find, don't we, with technology. So I am just putting together, finalising the plan for my workshops for the next 6 months. So I thought I'd get Percy back out to inspire me a little bit and get to grips on some of those social media topics. So there is a little bit of time. If there is a particular topic that you would like to see a workshop on, let me know. So currently we're looking at Facebook ads, Twitter, LinkedIn, some scheduling tools like Hootsuite. Don't currently do any training on Buffer. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I have had a few inquiries about online training courses, so I am hoping to launch those this year as well, so that you can, if you can't join the workshop in person, you can come and join online. Exciting. So I've got a membership site purchased and ready, so I just have to hook that up and grit my teeth and get to grips with the technology. So yeah, MailChimp workshops, some email workshops, some GDPR workshops maybe. Is that something that's on your mind, how it affects your marketing? Let me know. SEO as well, that's one that I've been asked for. Google Analytics, Google AdWords. So I'm looking at all of those things. So give me a shout if I haven't mentioned something, maybe like Pinterest, Instagram, they're in there too. YouTube, and maybe some video, I'd say techniques, and that's not what I mean. Tools, video tools. See, the wine's getting to me already. So, and in case anybody wants to know, it is a McGugan Estates Merlot. It's on offer at Sainsbury's for £5. Ta-da! This is what we're on. So yeah, share what you're drinking. I wish that I was on a beach somewhere and that I was drinking pina colada. That would be much nicer. But I'll settle for the wine. And I've got actually some. It just happens to be on the side. Some Maddox bubble bath. I'm gonna have a bath. Nice bubble bath tonight. Right. So I haven't given you any tips yet, have I? I babbled. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't tell me how long we've been going. We've been going for three and a half minutes. 3.5 minutes of babble. This is the joy of Tipsy Tuesday. So, at the end of our detox challenge, I did share a tip that I'm going to struggle to replicate because I don't have the things to hand. So one of my tips for content marketing, for content planning, is to get a big sheet of A4 paper and you fold it in half and you fold it in half again and then you turn it around and then you fold it into thirds, so you fold it twice. So a bit like if you were putting a letter into a thin envelope, a DL envelope. And then when you unfold it, you've got 12 boxes marked out with the grids, one per month. And what I like to do is pick a theme, and you can write a theme in each of those boxes, and that's your theme for each month. And it's just a really quick way of getting started with content marketing. So that's a little tip for you there. So yeah, like I said, I'm running a workshop on content marketing. So this month my theme has been content marketing. So you might have seen, if you read my blog posts, that I've been talking about what is content and uncovering what may well be the earliest example of content marketing from the 1600s, believe it or not. Because I think we think of digital we think of content marketing as being a digital phenomenon and quite recent. And actually, there's some really fascinating examples going back. I think they're fascinating. And they're also related to tractors, which tractors are fascinating, aren't they? But yeah, some really interesting examples going back to the 16 and 1700s. Yes, it's been around that long. So what else do I want to talk to you about? Well, I made some notes. So I've got this beautiful notebook. If Alison's watching, I know she's got the same. I think someone else has got the same. They're from Tesco. They're lovely. Blank pages, which I love. And I'm using the bullet journal style. So my first 3 pages are an index. And every time I get an idea or some planning or some actions, I start on a new page, give that page a number, write it in the index. So what I started doing was recording some of the conversations that I'm having, things that I'm listening to, things that I'm thinking about, marketing musings, if you will, that I can share with you. So, definitely something that's just jumped out as I was flicking them was GDPR. So I know that's a massive issue for some people, and there's a lot of kind of scaremongering going around, I think, sometimes. So I'm looking at some ways that I can help you kind of understand how GDPR will affect your marketing in particular. More on that later. So where are my conversations? Conversations. Page 49. So yeah, a few things that have been coming up recently has been email marketing. And I think, email marketing has been around for quite a long time. And when I first started in email marketing, it was very much promotional. So we would very much send out an email with an offer. So, Radox, this is why Radox is amazing, and this is our special offer. It's on offer at £1, for example, or buy 3 get 1 free, or buy some Radox and get a free bottle of wine, or get a free cuddly toy. Those kind of promotional emails. And now that we're in this content world, it's much more. So we might be talking more about the benefits of a bubble bath. It's actually muscle soak that I've got. The benefits of soaking your muscles, the benefits of Epsom salts or Himalayan salts, or all those different things, benefits of the lavender and the essential oils that might be in them. In then the hope that then, because we've read that email, that then we might then buy the product associated with the brand that's telling us about those things. And it then got me thinking around this idea of email newsletter. So actually what happened is newsletters used to be quite a popular tool, printed in companies, so sometimes for internal communications between employees as well, or posted out, direct mail pieces. And then they kind of came online and we started to see email newsletters that bring in together of a few different stories. So it might be like a news piece, it might be then that content piece, and then maybe then a sales pitch in there together, like a bit of an advert. And quite often we see this language bandied around, this email newsletter, when really we don't mean a newsletter at all. We just mean an email. We might mean an email campaign, perhaps. And for me, I think there's a balance and a blend of having some content marketing emails that are maybe advisory or informational or entertaining, that tell a story, coupled in with some promotional emails that then asks for the sale. So having that balance, so it's not every email that you get is trying to sell you something. And actually in my inbox, what I get a lot of is there's some very clever people who they tell this story and you're hooked, and then they kind of flip it and then sell you something in the last paragraph. And there's just something a little bit disingenuous about it, where I feel like I'm being tricked into buying something, or it sounds like it's a free resource and you click through and it's $50, because they're often American, these email guru people that are coming through. So just some some tips there for email marketing is to see if you can balance informational and content emails with then promotional emails. So asking for the sale, but not asking for the sale on every single email. and not trying to cram together loads of information in a really long email, because it's a little bit information overload. And the way that our brains work, we're like a goldfish with our attention spans, because we're on Facebook, we are scrolling, and we're just brief in the way that we're looking and consuming content, so bite size. So if you've got a long email, people aren't necessarily scrolling down to the bottom. They might be opening it, having a quick look at what they can see on their screen, and that's as much engagement as you're going to get. So sometimes having multiple calls to action, so read this blog post, watch this video, buy this, and let me tell you this story while I'm at it, can be too much, and we get into that analysis paralysis of not being able to make a decision of what to do next, so we click on nothing. And that kind of asking for the ask. So you might have seen a blog post of mine in, I think it was November time. I was talking about Canva as a design tool, and I did a little video intro to Canva, doing a little kind of screenshot example of how it can be used, and I blogged about this and I posted it on YouTube. Now Canva, the people at Canva, have obviously got their social media listening set up really well. So they left me a comment on the YouTube video with a little tip. So you have to go and check out the video to find out Canva's tip. Their tip was around finding some different templates to use. And then I got an email from somebody at Canva saying, thanks so much for giving us that shout out. We noticed that you've got it on a blog post. Could you link to our website so that people can easily come from your blog post to us, so they can easily find us? Now, this was something that I'd intended fully on doing for a number of reasons. One, for exactly that then if people are reading the blog and they want to use Canva, they can just click and go via that link to the website and start using it, because it's free to get started. And the other reason is that because actually that's a really good authoritative site for my website to link to in terms of link juice for SEO. So for ranking in Google search results, that's a really positive thing in my favour if I'm linking out to a really well established external site. But it really got me thinking around this. You have to ask sometimes. So you have to ask people for links, you have to ask people for reviews, you have to ask people to write you a recommendation on LinkedIn, to review you on Facebook, or to leave you a Google review. All these things that we just think, we've been so amazing in our product and our service that naturally the first thing you're going to do is run away and write us a review. Not always. So there are some things that you could ask for. So again, this is another topic actually that I've got a blog post on. I think it was a couple of years ago, I went to a networking event and they did a talk on SEO, in fact. And actually the main kind of portion of the talk was around how to get backlinks. So if you've got other people linking to your website, that helps with your SEO if they're good, reputable sites. And so one of the things is backlink outreach, and it is asking people to link to your site. Now another way of doing it is to be registered on directories. So being on yale.com, for example, with your free listing, that can then give you some SEO juice by linking back to your website. So things like, I'm a member of Give Back Works, therefore I have a link on the Give Back Works website to my website. I can see in my Google Analytics how much traffic I get from that referral. I'm a member of the Natural Entrepreneurs Workspace, so I'm listed on their website too as a member. Others like Yorkshire Leading Ladies, when you become a member, you get listed on their directory as well. And I know that York Women Mean Business are just about to launch their website, and a similar thing where you're paying for that directory listing. And there's loads. There's probably some in your industry that you can go and find out, and for a small fee be listed on that directory, and it all does help part of that SEO. But you can also ask people to link to you, so especially if they've reviewed your product, if they're using your service, it's another way of connecting people back to your site. So if you've written a guest post for anybody, make sure that your link is on there. It's a little bit less SEO juice, if you like, because Google knows that it's from a guest blog post, and usually like your URL is underneath your name and in the kind of like bio information at the bottom, and it's the algorithm's smart enough to know, but it's better than nothing. But if somebody's written a review of your product, then absolutely definitely ask them to link to you on their website or in their blog post. If you have featured anywhere, so if you've been on the radio or had something published in a magazine, make sure that you've got the link to that content out of your website as well, because that also helps, because they've got a really good authoritative site. It's really good for you to be linked to it. So 15 minutes in, that's not bad. Several tips there. I hope that's been useful. I am going to sign off and finish my wine. Let me know what you think of this video, if you would like to see more Tipsy Tuesdays with wine, with tips, with marketing chatter, with things that have been going on, and I would love to hear back from you. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. I hope you are enjoying a tipple, unless of course you're on dry January, in which case this is just, you know, rubbing your nose in it, isn't it? So I'll be having a peppermint tea later, if that makes anybody feel any better. Okay, so that's good night from Percy and I. Let me know what you think of today's tip.